It's a lovely Tuesday afternoon to you. Welcome to Political Arena, the day 29th day in October 2019. My name is Oludolakpo Adewale, welcoming you to the program. Today we're looking at something very, very important and something worthy of talk. And it's all about Kwara Commissioner Nominees List, a true affirmative action. That's what we're beaming a searchlight on today on the program Political Arena. And globally, there's been a steady but slow progress in the role played by women in politics, maybe largely due to the patriarchal system that we operate in Nigeria. And as a result, there's been persistent call by women, scholars, non-governmental organizations, that is NGOs, and various international organizations to take action and remove barriers limiting women and their entry into politics and women's participation in the political field, and is imperative for lasting development in any human society. And now speaking on Kwara State, which is our area of concentration today, Governor Abdurrahman Abdulrazak has made history with a 56%, as 9 out of 16 commissioners who have been nominated are women. And since last week, he has been receiving applause for that particular feat. And that shows that he has broken the silence culture and barriers militating against women inclusion in public office. Now, the screening of the nominees has commenced from today, that is the 29th day in October 2019, and we at Women Radio congratulate the women who have made the list, and we wish them success through the screening process. On Political Arena on WFM today, we're discussing Kwara Commissioner Nominees List, True Affirmative Action. And joining me in this discussion, I have 3 guests on the program today, so it's a packed program. But first off today, I have the President, Women in Politics Forum, and I'm talking about Ebere Ifendu. It's nice to have you on the program this afternoon, Ebere.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for honoring our invitation. All right, today on the program, Political Arena, where we discuss politicking in Nigeria. And today we're looking at different aspects to this Kwara State issue, talking about the Commissioner Nominees List. Let me start by, in this way, how would you say Nigeria has fared politically with the inclusion of very few women in the decision-making process, especially in the last 59 years? Only recently we had our Independence Day anniversary. So let's look at the last 59 years. How do you think Nigeria has fared politically with the inclusion of women?
Yeah, the past 59 years, I'll tell you that women are working towards, getting involved in politics, getting involved in governance. It's been a slow and steady, progression. But you can see that with the nomination of these women into Kwara State executive positions as commissioners, it's like, opening doors for women. It's something that we didn't really expect at this time. Having canvassed over the years for affirmative action and no serious progress made, a station where all our pleas, agitations and everything we've not been able to achieve even 20%, of women inclusion. And so for us to get this news of 56%, 56.25% actually, I mean, it's something that we are seriously celebrating. We are very appreciative, and we want to believe that this will open more doors, because we are using this medium to call on other governors to follow suit and give us a minimum of 35% affirmative action. Nigerian women are ready to be part of governance. We've always been ready. Over 59 years, we've shown a resilience. We've had our mothers, Fumilayo and Sankoti, Margaret Ekpo, the women that took part in the Aba Women's Riot of 1929, Gambo Sawaba, and then coming closer, we are looking at people like William Tusin and Nene. We are looking at Relubisi Fayemi. There are so many women, out there that have really shown, commitment towards women involvement in politics. We look at even most recently the former leader of the House of Representatives, Monica Takonde. So gradually we've been part of governance, but we've not really participated the way we would have loved to participate.
Exactly.
I mean, look at, I'm still counting their names. that will tell you that we've really not participated. Assuming we've had opportunity of being part of 35% or 50% of governance, you will notice that it will be difficult to count
them.
But yes, but as it is, we are grateful. Starting from Kwara State, we are really grateful. It means that we will get there someday. This is just like opening the door for other states and then for even the federal government, okay, to do something. We have several women appointed as ministers,
okay,
but we still have parastatals and boards, okay. So we are looking at that the federal government will use this opportunity to bring in more women into governance. We need to have women in parastatals, women in boards, for us to make adequate progress. And without inclusion, I tell you that governance will not be, what it should be. We've not made it as a country, I'm talking about good governance because we've not involved women, we've not involved enough youth, we've not involved persons living with disability. So inclusion is what is needed. And so with affirmative action that we've seen now in Kwara State, where even a 26-year-old young girl was
nominated
actually to that position. And I think it's a good thing. I'm looking forward to massive progress in Kwara State because there's inclusion now, and so there's no reason for the government not to progress.
Now, do you think that there will be a massive difference now going forward with this 56% inclusion of women in Kwara State? What do you think there will be? Would there be a sharp departure from what we used to have in the Kwara State of yesteryears and right now?
Yes, I'm very optimistic, because when you look at budgeting, most times you see that not that the men are not presenting budget that will favor women, but they are limited because they really don't understand certain issues. When you look at the health sector, the education sector, the agri sector, these are some of the areas that women will be so passionate about. And I want to see that in Kwara State, from after their screening and then being given their portfolios, that the women will come on board with something different. We expect, massive rapid development in Kwara State. This because this number of women that are getting involved, they really do not have any choice but to do their best.
Exactly.
They are representing every Nigerian woman. They are our representatives.
Like all eyes are on them.
All eyes, all interest, prayers also. So we are ready to support in any way we can. But the important thing is for them to understand that they are there representing us as in the percentage of women in this country. Over 50% of us are women. So they are there like our torch bearers. And so I'm very optimistic that they won't let us down. I've looked at their profiles. They are all women of integrity, women of high profile, quality, and even the young lady that just got nominated. She's been able to, show that this leadership destiny in her. So I am optimistic.
Okay.
And I'm asking other states, to focus on Kwara State and begin to measure their progress.
Okay, that would be a good person to follow, a good state to toe the line. In case you just joined us, this is Political Arena on WFM 91.7, and today we're looking at Kwara Commissioner nominees list, a true affirmative action. And of course, the phone lines are already open. In case you want to join the discussion, please feel free to do so. My numbers are 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. You can also do well to send a text message on this particular topic. The text message line is 0703 1756 537, and that's what we're looking at today. My guest is still very much here, talking about the President Women in Politics Forum, Ebere Ifendu. Now, let's look at one of the factors that are militating against women in Nigeria. Some research has shown that one of the factors militating against women is cultural factor. Now, in an era where there's technological advancement, do you think that cultural factor should still be militating against women right now in the 21st century?
Well, even when you talk about culture, you just notice that most times, men present culture as a way of, stopping women from participating in governance. But if you look at it critically, what is culture actually? It's a way of, life, and then you see that it keeps revolving. With time, it keeps revolving. So like what people practiced in the primitive days are no longer practiced this time. So because it's something that keeps, changing, I don't think that we should, be talking about culture anymore as a hindrance to women's participation in politics. We have seen that even in some traditional settings, they have women leaders, they have the Alodis, they have the Umadas. So they have even recognized that we are useful to the society. And so culture is no longer a barrier. It's something that people bring out. But we've been able to reach out to the traditional rulers. They are the custodians of culture. And they have said that, women should be part of governance. Even in their traditional settings, they have these very powerful women helping them to move the community forward.
Exactly.
So it's no longer a barrier. As far as I know and as far as I'm concerned, even the other cultures that we are looking at, we have seen that those ones that typically we think that will not allow women to participate, they have moved away from those things. And I want to believe that every sector, our religious setting in Nigeria or every culture will move away from, depriving women from participating. And you can see that with what the Kwara State governor did, even, women that are from different religious backgrounds are part of, the nominees for the commissioner position.
Exactly.
It shows now that we are beginning to respect and understand that women do have a role to play. So culture, I think, is no longer a barrier. We will no longer allow culture to be a barrier. We have our traditional rulers speaking for us. We have, other women that are part of governance, at the cultural level, local level, with the traditional rulers coming up to, speak. You can't have peace without the women.
Exactly.
I think we have women leaders that are helping the communities to stabilize. What will stop them from performing other functions outside, their communities?
All right, this is Women Radio 91.7, and of course today we're looking at something very important to the women folk and of course to Nigeria's development. On the program Political Arena, the topic is all about Kwara Commissioner nominees list through affirmative action, and Iberi Findu is still very much here. And of course in the news just yesterday we got to know that Belgium even got a first female Prime Minister in the person of Sophie Wilmès. So that's an amazing one for Belgium. They're getting their first Prime Minister, and we're waiting for the day where Nigeria will actually get our first president. Okay, now I saw a study, and it's all about Okoronko Chukwu's study on the 2011 general elections in Nigeria, and it refers to women as active participants in the success of their male counterparts during the election. Now, my question is, how can the same energy and zeal be shifted to support of women during elections? It looks like sometimes some women don't support one another during primaries and all that, and that's one of the tools that the men folk kind of use against the women. Now, how can the same energy and zeal be shifted to make sure that women support each other during primaries and eventually at the ballot?
Okay, this starts, with internal party democracy. We are talking about, during congresses to, nominate candidates. If we really don't have, women as nominated candidates, how can women now support them? And then, when you're looking at politics, you have to also consider that every, political climate or area, they have, they are strong political parties also, that they are supporting. And then if at the point, that very strong political, party, you don't have women contesting, it's also a hindrance. When you say women don't support women, when we don't even have enough women as party executives, at what point will they be able to support women?
Most of the time, the executive position they give is woman leader, and that's it.
And she's a lone voice, a lone voice in the wilderness. She will continue to scream and nobody will hear her. That's the major problem. So I think for me, we'll begin to, work towards getting more women registered in parties. We'll begin to get more women occupy executive positions within their political parties, starting from the ward level. Because when they nominate people that will go as party agents, the ones that will go to vote and to nominate candidates from the governor to the, from every level, they pick from the ward level. And then if they come to a ward and there's no woman to pick, they will pick all men. Tell me how a woman will be voted for. Who will nominate that woman? So the major problem and concern for me is how we are going to galvanize our women to become card-carrying members of parties, to become members of the executive. And then when we have them nominated, you will see that women will vote for them. So when they say this, I always frankly disagree with them, because the problem starts from not having women in party positions that will nominate women. So it becomes a problem.
Exactly. And
that's
again,
okay. When you also see that most women will not get nominated from smaller political parties without structure, the women will be looking at who is that man that will champion our cause. Because even when we vote for that woman, because of her party, the woman will not scale through to win the election, and then we may have wasted our votes. So the best thing for us to do is, where are the major political parties? Who are the women in those political parties? Let's look at them, get more women to join those parties, and then we'll move it from there.
That's interesting. We need more women. Basically, we need more women in decision-making processes so as to influence the process, at least downward the lane. And I really want to say thank you very much to Iberi Fendu. We know that you're very, very busy at the moment, but thank you very much for honoring our invitation. She's the president, Women in Politics Forum, Iberi Fendu. Thank you for talking to us today on Political Arena.
Thank you very much. I appreciate what you're doing.
Yes, thank you, and do have a lovely afternoon. Okay, that was my first guest today, the President, Women in Politics Forum, Iberi Ifendu. And I'd like you to join the conversation this afternoon. Call me up on my numbers 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. You can also send a text message or WhatsApp to 0703 1756 537. Today we're looking at a Kwara Commission and nominees list through affirmative action. And of course, we know the list of female nominees. We have 2 persons that we hear that are currently being screened today, and that's Mrs. Saadatu Modibokawu. She's a seasoned educationist. She had a bachelor's in economics. That's what she had as a first degree, and she hails from Ilorin South. The second person is Harriet Adenike Afolabi Oshatimei. She's a 38-year-old community development advocate, and she's also the second person being screened today. And apart from the women that's being screened today, let's look at the list of other women. We have the likes of Ariola Fatima Lawal, Aisha Aman Pategi, Joanna Kulu, Ahmad Fatima Bisola. We also have Aremu Bose Deborah, Oyedun Juliana Funke, Oyeyemi Olasimbo Florence, and of course we know that women legislators have been very passionate about representation, and the person that actually made that particular statement is Honorable Femi Uju. He has raised several things about women, and we know that women at one point or the other, they've raised several motions and sponsored bills in the house and at different opportunities. And right now, the line I have my second guest, the CEO, Nigerian Women Trust Fund. I'm talking about Mufuliat Fijabi. She joins us live on Political Arena this afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for honoring our call. And today we're looking at Kwara Commissioner nominees list through affirmative action. Do you think that there's been a breakthrough in the Nigerian political scene with what we are witnessing in Kwara State?
What we have seen in Kwara State is a milestone. It's a major breakthrough. To even have a governor right here in Nigeria recommend more than 50% of women for screening as part of his own cabinet. It's a great achievement, and the Kwara State governor's name has gone into history as someone who has broken the jinx of having more than 50% of women proposed for his cabinet.
That's an amazing one. Now let's look at the 56 women representation in Kwara State. What would you say was actually the key factor for the successful inclusion of women? Was it that there was so much agitation pre-election time? Was it that the NGOs or CSOs were really working so hard in Kwara State? What do you think was the major factor to that particular thing happening in Kwara State?
One major factor is the political will on the part of the government, in the person of the governor. The second most significant factor is the efforts of civil society organizations on ground in Kwara State who over the years, especially since the return of Nigeria to democracy, have been clamoring for more women inclusion, and have been advocating that the expertise, knowledge, and experiences of women should be recognized. So I give kudos to all women's groups in Kwara State, and in particular, I'd like to mention the International Women's Education Center. They've been on ground for very long years, more than 20 years, and I know that they did a lot of work. The group being led by Ajia Alimota Agboroso, they've done a lot of work. And I think that we should commend their efforts, and as well, other stakeholders in Kwara State. They've all contributed to make the political will a reality.
That's an amazing one. We do hope that all the CSOs and all the groups will really join the fight and make sure that the battle is won at the end of the day. Now, you talked about women inclusion and all that. Now, do you believe that there's a particular specific reason the clamor for women inclusion is coming now? Do you think that women are coming out as a result of a particular thing? What do you think is the special reason for women coming out for inclusion right now?
The call for inclusion of women in governance and in every sector of the country has been on for years. But the increase in the call for inclusion now, is because of the gaps that have been noticed in the development of the country. It's obvious now that if women are not included, then we're only saying that the process of growth should be slowed down, and that's not what everyone is asking for. The rate of poverty, the rate of security challenges, the rate of economic slow growth. These are all factors that are really pointing at the fact that we need to have women also make their inputs contribute to the development of the country, and their contributions very well recognized.
Exactly.
Will make a lot of differences. It's not that women don't contribute. We have a lot of women in the agricultural sector, but nobody really, professionalizes their experiences and their contributions. We have a lot of women who are very well educated, but they are not being acknowledged. Acknowledged in the sense that their roles, become more specialized, and their involvement become more improved. Imagine if the contributions of women in the agricultural sector, becomes very well professionalized. It means that the current effort on agricultural development would be twice better in terms of percentage. And if you look at the contribution of women generally to the development, if we have more women, who are recognized and empowered, it means that perhaps the children who go out on the street and constitute security risk to the country at large will be better trained, and they will become better citizens. So the increase in the clamoring for inclusion of women is not something that started just yesterday. It's been there for long. But the gap, is a major factor, that is responsible for why people are saying that yes, you need to include women. Yes, you need to make the country grow faster. Yes, you need to be able to respond to the current national challenges, which are also not unconnected with some of the realities globally.
Okay, that's a great one too, and it's a big task on the hands of women right now in leadership positions. In case you just joined us, the program is Political Arena, and of course the station is Women Radio 91.7. Feel free to be part of the discussion this afternoon. What do you think about what is happening in Kwara State? What do you make of the 56 representation of women in the cabinet of the Kwara State government? What do you think it's a charted way forward for the development of Kwara? And what is your opinion about other states towing the line? Call us on 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. The text message line is 0703 1756 537. Don't forget you can listen to us from anywhere in the world on our website www.wfm917.com. All right, back to the discussion real quick. Presently in Lagos State, Mufliat, we know that women representation is about 32%. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun promised 50% women inclusion in his cabinet. Now, I want to know what steps can be taken to ensure that 50% representation of women doesn't even end with this present administration, that it's like government is a continuum that it should continue and even get better as the years go by.
Yes, it's something that should be sustained. It's not something that should be dropped after this current administration, because it's not about who is there now. It's about our dear country, Nigeria. It's about moving Nigeria to a position of stability, to a position of a truly democratic country that has the interest of all at heart. So it's not about the personality, honestly speaking. It's about Nigeria as a country where we want Nigerian women and men to have fruitful participation and to be able to live conveniently and confidently as Nigerians, who deserve a country that they can, always lay their allegiance to. So as government goes and come, they should always remember that inclusion is a national strategy that should be taken on board at all times. It's not about who is there, it's not about the political party in power, it's about the country itself as a whole.
Who can actually deliver the job. Okay, and now someone, Honorable Mishori, highlighted different things that are challenging women. He highlighted things like equal knowledge of partisan politics. He highlighted lack of adequate education, lack of trust, accompanied by gossips and political competition. He said some of those things are posing as challenges to women in politics. Do you agree? And if you agree with that, with those challenges listed, what can be done to it, since there is more clamor for women to be part of government? What do you think about that?
Yeah, he has a right to his opinion, and I would like to also add to what he has said that the points he has listed here are also some of the challenges that men also face. But the women's own are being highlighted because of the several years of non-inclusion. So they are also taking time to get over some of these challenges. The men, because they have been very active since independence and before independence in politics, some of them have been able to surmount some of these challenges. But the women are still, struggling with this. It's not because of their sex as women. It's because of the realities of the situation that they have found themselves, which is also not totally different from what the men face. Rather, what I would like us to recognize and acknowledge as a challenge is the fact that women, youth, persons with disability over the years have been excluded from the governance process. And their exclusion is a gap. So if they are just coming on to close that gap, we should put in measures that some countries have described as quotas, temporary measures, to assist them to overcome the gap, so that they can be on an equal level playing field that can make them compete fairly well and also make them contribute their quotas to the development of Nigeria. So it's not just about listing challenges. Challenges
Exactly.
does not have male or female gender attached to them. We are humans and we are bound to be faced with challenges. How we deal with them is what makes the difference. So it doesn't have much to do with whether somebody is male or female. We should not also, like people have feminized poverty to say, when you talk about poverty, you look out for women. Men are also poor, but the fact that it's women that are more affected,
like the receiving end.
Yes, is the reason why they are feminized poverty, to always tie poverty to the face of women. And really, when we have people in this kind of challenges, we shouldn't blame their gender as reason for the challenges that they are experiencing. We should look at the gaps in the society that has made it impossible, for them to meet up. It's like you're talking about girls not being educated. Who are the people not sending them to school? They are not the ones not going to school on their own. Somebody needs to send them. Yeah. And when they are from a family where there's male child preference, you find that these girls end up not going to school. So do you blame them for not being educated? You can't blame them because they didn't even have the chance in the first place. They were not prepared to go to school. So that's why we're saying that in whatever we do, we should recognize the humanity in every human being, male or female, and stop apportioning blames. Where there are gaps, we should deal with them and not think that it's because this person is a woman, it's because that person is a man. We should learn to live as human beings.
Definitely. In case you just joined the discussion, you've not missed so much, but you've missed a whole lot, but you can still be right in the conversation. Call us on 07000 917 917 256 25455. We're looking at Kwara Commissioner nominees list through affirmative action. And on the phone, I have my guest, Mufuliat Fijabi, the CEO, Nigerian Women Trust Fund, and she's been answering our questions on today's program. Do well to call and do well to send a text message. All right, Mufuliat, on a final note, we know that in Nigeria right now, it looks like 3 states are the one that are really clamoring for more participation of women in politics and have shown keen interest. What would be your voice or your word to other states of the Federation? Should they toe the line of the Kwara State government, or what should they do right now? What would be your advice to them?
They should even do more. Other states in the country should take a clue from what the Kwara State governor, the Lagos State governor, what they've done, and they should look at inclusion not as favoring women, but they should look at inclusion as a strategy that can help advance the development of their states, that would overall contribute to the deepening of democracy in Nigeria. They shouldn't see it as a personality thing. They should look at what works best and what will make their own tenure also remarkable, and something that we will describe later on in future as a milestone that they have achieved in their administration.
All right, that's interesting. Other states should look at what Kwara and Lagos State have done and should even do more. That's what my guest is saying this afternoon. I want to say thank you very much, Mufuliat Fijabi, the CEO, Nigerian Women Trust Fund. Thank you very much for talking to us on Political Arena this afternoon.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. The CEO, Nigerian Women Trust Fund, Mufuliat Fijabi. And that's my second guest on the program today, Political Arena. Today, we're looking at the Kwara State picture. And the picture in Kwara State right now is all about the commissioner nominees list. Right now, we hear that 2 of the commissioners female commissioners have been screened alongside with their male counterparts. We have Mrs. Saadatu Modibo Kawu. She's an educationist with a BSc Economics as well as other educational qualifications. She represents Ilorin South. We also have a 38-year-old Harriet Adenike Afolabi Oshatimei. She's a community development advocate. She's also the second female being screened today. And shortly I'll be talking to my third guest today, and he's going to give us more information about what is going on as per the screening process in Kwara State. And talking about women representation in the country, we've seen different women supporting and bringing bills to the fore. We have an example of Mrs. Ajia Miriam Bimbola Ogunlade, the women leader of Labour Party in Ekiti State. She's of the opinion that until when money is being separated from politics in Nigeria, money will still deprive a lot of people, especially women, from politics. We've seen some parties who believe that they can give women free forms. Maybe that would encourage them to actually represent, come out in the open and take elective positions. The 2015 general election presented women with good opportunities to navigate the way to power. Those in attendance were female legislators, representatives of various women groups, women and male gender activists. Now, the Market Women Association, professional associations, and media practitioners, all these groups of women are after the actualization of the 35% Affirmative Action Committee. that was instituted by former President Goodluck Jonathan. And we know that the former First Lady as well, Dame Patience Jonathan, she was really at the forefront of campaigning for 35% affirmative action and all that. But it looks like even Nigerian women want a departure even from the 35%, and they want it to even be much more. But let's start from the 35% and we'll take it from there. Also, something that really caught my attention today is about a former honorable member of Ekiti East local government area, and Honorable Adiojo Alexander, a former member of Ekiti State House of Assembly representing Ekiti Southwest. He said women present in the legislative arm of government at the state level has helped enhance motions, debate and bills that are gender and children oriented, even though they are few. And that's where we're actually looking at. Sometimes those bills are sponsored, but because the numbers of those clamoring for them are actually few, it makes the bills and the agitation to be really, really weak. But right now we want more numbers so as to take the story out there. We're still looking at Kwara State, the Kwara State picture, and it's all about the Kwara Commissioner nominees list through affirmative action. You can join us in the discussion this afternoon. Call us on 07000 917 917 090 256 Please send your text message or WhatsApp message to 0703 1756 537 0703 1756 537. Don't forget that you can listen from any part of the world on our website www.wfm917.com. This is Political Arena on WFM 91.7. Check your time is 20 minutes to 3. And of course, the program is Political Arena. Do well to call us on our numbers 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. And we're taking your calls, as well as we're about to connect with our third guest on today's program while waiting for your call this afternoon. Call us on 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. The text message line is also open 0703 1756 537. A quick reminder of our topic today. We're looking at the Kwara Commissioner nominees list through affirmative action, and let me quickly run you through the names of nine commissioner nominees. They include Saadatu Modibo Kawu, she's one of those that have been screened today, Ariona Fatima Lawal, Aisha Ahmad Pategi, Joanna Kulu, Afolabi Oshatimei, as well at Afolabi Oshatimei Adenike Ariet. She's also been screened today. Ahmad Fatima Bisola. We also have Aremu Bosse Deborah, Oyedun Juliana Funke, as well as Oyeyemi Olasumbo Florence. And these women are being penned down to be a nominee in Kwara State. You can call us on 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. Let's get the discussion going on this afternoon. And of course, you can send your text message to 0703 1756 537.
Thank you. Now listen to this now. Hear this.
All right, it's still Women Radio 91.7. You can call us on our numbers 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. Do well to send a text message to 0703 1756 537. 0703 1756 537. In the meantime, in a little while, we're going to get through to our third guest, and of course, we'll get more reactions about what is going on presently in Kwara State as regards the screening of the 9 commissioner nominees. And in 2003, there was a person that actually wrote an article, and it's all about Momodu. It submits that the issues of women's political participation and representation in politics and governance should be seen from 4 perspectives. Now, let me tell you about the 4 perspectives. The first one is access, participation, representation, and transformation. Now, when you look at these 4 perspectives, there are a whole lot, and if we need to dissect them right now, we might not leave this place, but they're very, very key in what we're discussing today, talking about Kwara Commissioner Nominees leads the true affirmative action and women's participation in politics. We are looking at access, participation, representation, and transformation. I believe that they are on a scale, on a pedestal. When we have access, we have participation, we have representation, which will eventually lead to transformation. And of course, access to political institution and participation, that includes control of power within such institution. We also want quality, quantitative as well as qualitative representation, and at the end result will be social and political transformation in the polity. Women's political empowerment can be enhanced when all these 4 conditions are actually fulfilled, and I'm sure you will agree with me on that particular one. A whole lot of campaign has been done, just like my earlier two guests have said, Mufuliat Fijabi as well as Iberi Findu. They want more action from all the state governors, more decisive and political will to be done to be able to say the Kwara State example should be set in other states of the Federation. And this is coming in 2019, where it's long overdue. You can still be part of the discussion this afternoon. Call us on 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. The text message line is 0703 1756 537. Don't forget that we are on Twitter, and you can drop your messages on WFM 917. That's our Twitter handle this afternoon, and the conversation is ongoing right there. You can see some of the comments made by our guest earlier on today's program. Do well to drop your comment on the comment section. We have a caller. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, please call us back 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. The text message line is 0703 1756 537. Do we have a caller? 07000 917 917 090 256 25455. We're looking at Kwara Commissioner Nominees list through affirmative action, and today we're looking at how the Kwara State has been able to get 56% out of the entire population of people in governance. Right now, we know that Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdurazak has made history with nominating 9 out of the 16 commissioners, and they are women. That shows that he has broken the silence culture, and it looks like something that was earlier not achievable in Kwara State or in Nigeria has been done in Kwara State. And just like one of my guests said earlier, that it's a clear departure from the norm, and this will translate into good governance for Kwara State and of course in Nigeria as a whole. I'm now joined on the line by my third guest. Rafiu Ajakaye is the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Kwara State. Mr. Rafiu Ajakaye, nice to have you on the program, Political Arena.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, good afternoon. All right, we're talking about Kwara State Commissioner Nominees list, the true affirmative action. I understand that 2 women are being screened today at the Kwara State House of Assembly. Can you give us an update? Can you bring us up to speed about what is happening in Kwara State at the moment?
Well, we're through once again. I'm at the House of Assembly now, and so far we've had 3 nominees, majorly men. The 3 of them who have been screened so far are men. The 4th person is a woman who is in now, as Mrs. Harriet, who is the nominee from Felodun. She's the first woman being screened now, but I'm not there right there now. I'm outside to take this call.
Okay.
So far so good. It's been a very, very tough screening session. It's been a novelty in the history of Kwara State because this is the first time the parliament is probably having the free hand to properly screen nominees. And we have seen the qualities of this nominee being brought to the open. We have seen a lot of them speaking to their experiences as professionals, speaking to their experiences as fathers, mothers, and others. So it's been an interesting session here.
Now, in your own opinion, would you say it has been free and fair so far?
Definitely, it has been a no holds barred because all the House Assembly members, they've been very free to ask questions. Some of the nominees got as many as 12 questions, 15 questions.
Wow.
And, so it's been a very interesting. I have just told you, the session started at about 10 a.m. and this is a few minutes before 3 p.m. and we've only had 3 of them being screened. So that tells you how tough the session has been.
Wow, that's a really interesting session. Now, I would like you to look at women's inclusion in Kwara State. Do you think that Kwara State did something very, very decisive in the last few years to have made this particular feat possible right now that we're saying 56%? The governor of Kwara State has etched his name in history by actually doing this. Now, what do you think is the reason behind this happening right now in 2019?
Well, you see, what has happened in Kwara State is historical. What has happened, it's actually the first time this is happening, not just in Kwara State, but in the entire Nigeria. And if you go into details, if you go into the statistics, even this is the first of such in the entire African continent. What we have in Rwanda is 61% women in the parliament. But this is the first time you are having 56.25 women representation in the cabinet of any country in Africa. So it's a historic development in Kwara State. And if you look at the resume of these nominees, you discover that they are entrepreneurs, they are professionals from various fields. So it's a very good development there in Kwara. It's a very good development for the women folk. It's a very good development for the girl child in Nigeria.
All right. You remember that in the history of Nigeria, no woman has ever ascended the office of the Senate President. The only person that was seen elected as a Speaker of the House of Representatives in 2007 was Patricia Ete, and she was impeached by a male-dominated House before the end of her tenure. Now, do you think this is a major breakthrough for the female? Do you think we can actually see duly elected female governor and president in few years to come?
Well, it definitely is a phenomenal development, and it's an encouragement for the women to come out boldly to represent not just themselves, but the family, because the woman is the bedrock of any family. When any house is good, you find a woman there. So what has happened is an opportunity for women to speak to their issues, to give vent to what affects not just themselves personally, but the entire society. So it's a good start. It's an encouragement for a child, a girl child who is going to school. He is already seeing himself in the mode of the commissioner nominee. He's already seeing himself that someday, especially in a state like Kwara, that a girl child can aspire not just to become a commissioner, we already have that, but to also become a governor or even much more.
All right. Kwara State also made an history by nominating the youngest commissioner to be right now, and if she is successful, she's going to take over the record from the Oyo State commissioner. At the moment, she's 26 years old, and we understand that she's going to surpass that record held by a 27-year-old commissioner in Oyo State. What do you think could have been the thought of the Governor Abdulrazak, for nominating someone as young as that? What do you think could have been playing out in his mind?
Well, I think it's very simple. If you check the demography of Africa, you discover that the average age of Africa, of any African country, is 19. Now, if you now go to the average age of the average African leader, you discover it is 62. So what the government is trying to do is to bring governance closer to the people who are in the majority, and that is the young people. So the nomination of Miss Kolo is a fulfillment of the aspiration of the young, not too young to rule. So it is an encouragement for the young people that they are in the majority and they deserve to be at the table where decisions are being made.
That's an interesting one. All right. On a final note, Mr. Razak, because I understand that you need to get back into the screening process right now. What would be your word to people listening, to women listening right now who are still even shy to come out to represent, to come to the decision-making table? What would be your word to them this afternoon?
Well, you see, what has happened in Kwara State, like in other states, is a boost for gender parity. You know, we're created equal. All men are equal before the law. We are all equal before our Creator. To that extent, no person should shy away from representing their community. No person should shy away from contributing to the development of their society. And in this case, women have been found to be good managers. They should not shy away from coming out to contribute their own quota to the development of Nigeria and their respective communities.
That's interesting. I want to say thank you very much, the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Kwara State, Rafiu Ajakaye, for speaking to us on Political Arena today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and we wish you a successful screening over there in Kwara State.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that's my third guest on the program today, the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Kwara State, talking about Mr. Rafiu Ajakaye. And that's an interesting ride on today's edition of the program. The 56% representation of women in Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak's cabinet reveals that the input of women cannot be marginalized at all, as other states need to emulate this development. Now, the legislature can only be made more vibrant, responsive, result-oriented if more women are elected and if more women are appointed into the executive, the legislative and judicial arm of government. Women Radio enjoins other state governors to take a cue from Governor Abdurrazak to increase women's inclusion in their respective state, and which is a necessity to national development. When more women are brought on board, definitely national development is in the offing. I want to say thank you again to my guest today, the CEO, Nigerian Women Trust Fund, Mufuliat Vijabi. Also, Ibere Ifendu, the President, Women in Politics Forum. And my third guest today was the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Kwara State, Rafiu Ajakaye, for speaking to us on the program today. Political Arena continues next Tuesday at 2 p.m. on Women Radio 91.7. Till then, I am Olu Dolakwo at Diwali. Next on Women Radio is the news at 3. Good afternoon.
WFM 91.7.